Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today is February 20th and we are going over the watch list. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, every single Friday we drop a brand new watch list every single week. Those are going to be the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we're looking at going into the following week. So we have those loaded up here inside of our favorites list here on TradingView. So we're actually going to just scroll through these charts today. Lots of setups, lots of big pullbacks, as you guys have seen since back here in August, September when we got our sell signals up here. Okay, the markets have pulled back tremendously since that time, and we are back down in this zone where we are wanting to plant seeds. Okay, we've talked about this the last few weeks. We need to think of ourselves right now as farmers. Okay, there are seasons to plant seeds and there are seasons to harvest. Okay, and right now we are in planting season. Because how do we know that? Well, if you guys are familiar with our trading strategy, we like to invest and build positions, aka put seeds in the ground when this blue wave is down here below the white line. Okay, the reason we do that is because when that wave is down there on a weekly chart, that just means we have capitulated. Okay, we have gone to the downside, and you can see how this move looks very identical here. If you guys look at this from December to April, okay, December to April, we went down from 240 all the way down here to around 27 cents. Okay, and again, you got your sell signal back here on December 16th. That was around 170 to $2. Okay, and then it sold all the way off to 28 cents. Okay, that was your time to sell. We unloaded all of our crypto back here in September and August, and we have just recently started to reposition into the market over the last couple of months. So obviously we've seen capitulation, right? For those of you that don't know what capitulation is, let me just bring you to our cheat sheet here in the Discord. Capitulation is right here. Okay, this is when we fall really big, right? I mean, we've gone down from this point to this point. It has now been about 7 months. So August was back here, August 2025. It's now February. So let's do the math. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 7 months, okay? 6 to 7 months right now, okay? Down. So again, sentiment is awful. Let's go ahead and check the fear and greed index real quick. Okay, it's still in extreme fear. You can see that right here. Okay, still in extreme fear here. So again, Warren Buffett says, buy when there's blood in the streets. This fear and greed index has never been lower. Okay, it's never been lower. It's the lowest it's ever been since 2023. Okay, in the last 3 years of data, it has never been lower, meaning the sentiment in cryptocurrency right now is the worst it has ever been. So the reason that is because we've just experienced a 7-month pullback, right? This is when people are freaking out. They call this despair. Okay, we're down here right now. Okay, so this is when we want to build positions. I'm fully convinced that the only way to make money in the markets is to buy when other people are scared and fearful. I mean, you guys just look at the news today over here. I mean, there was just news after news after news. Donald Trump, this, Goldman Sachs, that. Donald Trump says he has a backup plan. Blah, 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 right? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin's either going to 0 or going to 1 million. Thank you for the information. Appreciate it, okay? But you're just seeing all of this stuff posted, okay? All these news events, okay? They're hitting us hard right now. I think we've heard where we have aliens, you know, all this stuff coming out. They're throwing the entire book at us, folks, and they want to do that down here in the markets, okay? They want you scared down here so you'll sell. You'll sell to them, because these guys, the smart money, they can't buy unless you guys are selling, okay? And they can't sell unless you guys are buying. So the majority of retail is buying when things are excited, right? This is altcoin season to most retail people, okay? Down here, this is altcoin season to us, because this is when we want to be buying altcoins, right? We want to prep. We want to be ahead of the curve, okay? When this rebounds and this wave comes back up here, okay, that's when we're going to be selling. But that's when all of retail is going to be excited again. All the news and everything's going to be very positive. People are going to be enthusiastic, calling for a $10,000 XRP by the end of the year like they were in 2025. Okay, XRP hit $3.50. Okay, but people are very excited up here. So we don't want to buy when people are excited. We want to buy when they're down and out, right? And we can see that in that fear and greed index that we just talked about, and also on the charts, right? We have our indicator. When this is down here, this means we pulled back. Okay, this capitulation phase, how I like to define it, is a 50% pullback from the recent high. Okay, you're looking at the first one on our list today is Aerodrome Finance. This is the DEX on the base network. Okay, let's just use the top over here from August 18th. Okay, that was at about $1.60. Okay, it's down 83%. Okay, this was like a 50% drop. Okay, 67% drop. It's down 82% from the top. So that means, right, if we just go back to that level where we were, that's a 400% move from where we're sitting. If it goes back to $1.50, 400%. Okay, that is a ridiculous return. Okay, even if it gets to 80 cents, that's going to be good. Even if it gets to 50, that's going to be good. We're not going to sell till the wave gets back up here, though, right? Because that is our strategy. Okay, we know people are fearful down here, and we know they're greedy up here. So when we look at these charts today, when we go through our stocks and all of our crypto and altcoins, okay, we're looking at them because they're down here in sell territory, or I'm sorry, in buy territory, right? Again, as farmers, we're planting down here and harvesting up here. Okay, we're building positions down here. Okay, it doesn't matter what the news says, doesn't matter if aliens are invading, doesn't matter what's going on in Iran or anywhere else in the world. We are planting seeds. Okay, we are listening to the charts, not the news. Okay, the news wants you scared. They want to put out bad article after bad article and tell you how the world's ending and yada, yada, yada. That never happens up here. Okay, this is when everything's going really good. Down here, this is when the sky is falling and everything's going to zero, like it did back in April. If you guys bought the dip back in April on a lot of these names, I mean, let's just go to NVIDIA back in April, okay? Big pullback from 150 all the way down to 85. Where should you have been buying? Right here. You should have been buying NVIDIA right here, April 14th, okay? $100 all the way up to 215. That's a 100% return over the year because you bought down here. You're not buying up here when everyone else is excited. You're buying down here. So that applies to stocks and crypto and everything that we look at. So technicals are obviously important, but you also want to make sure you're buying good quality projects. Okay, good companies and good cryptocurrencies. If you're investing in cryptocurrencies, we're not buying butt coins or fart coins or boob coins or anything like that. Okay, we're buying good quality projects, right? Good technologies that are being utilized and good companies that have earnings. So Aerodrome Finance is the first one here on the favorites list for next week. Okay, this looks really, really good down here. Okay, I'd be a buyer of this right now. Okay, that's one I want to add to the portfolio. I'm just kind of tight on cash right now. I am pretty invested right now. Like I am almost 90% invested, I believe. Okay, I have a little bit of cash, but not much. Not something I want to start a position on. Okay, and we'll cover my portfolio on Monday when that comes. Okay, on Monday is when I update you guys on my portfolio. These are just the names like I'd be looking to buy next week if I had the capital or wanted to allocate. But Aerodrome, I think, is a solid bet for next week. Again, it's got the signal down here. So again, when we get the signal, this doesn't mean we're going to go back up here to $2 tomorrow. Okay, you guys need to understand. Okay, and I know this is the hardest part about this strategy is having to wait. But 1 to 6 months, that's how long we give it. So from planting season to harvesting season, okay, from here to here is normally a 1 to 6 month move. Okay, again, April to August. So you had April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months from here to here. Okay, and I say 1 to 6 because there's not really a real way to tell. And again, nothing is 100%. Sometimes you might have to wait 7 or 8 months or maybe a year. Okay, it's nothing is 100% in investing. There's no way to predict the exact time or the exact date, right? There's no way to do it. That's why we use a range of 1 to 6 months because again, we trade the higher time frames like the monthly and the weekly. These aren't day trades. Okay, a lot of people who start watching the channel are like, oh, you got a green dot and we're down. Well, again, if you bought here in January, it's only been about a month and a half. So we have another 4.5 months to go to see if this signal was correct. Not only could you buy here, but now you can be buying here 4 weeks later at a lower price. If you like it at 48, you should really like it down here at 31. Okay, you should really like it down here. You didn't buy here to sell here, right? If you believe in Aerodrome Finance, you think this thing's going back up here eventually. When? I mean, there's no way to really tell, but we can have an idea, and that idea for us is 1 to 6 months. We're 1 to 6 months out on all investments. If it goes the 6 months, you have to make a decision. You can either add more, you can sell it and buy something else. That's just the way it works. So it really depends on what you're buying too. I mean, you got to know what project you're buying. Affirm, these guys have a partnership with Apple and Amazon. They're that buy now, pay later. But what I really like, one way I like to analyze stocks is looking at their earnings, guys. So you can see down here on TradingView, these E's, it tells you how much revenue they're making every quarter. So every company that's traded on the stock exchange has to report how much they made every 4 months. They have to tell investors how much money, how much revenue they made in the last 4 months. So what I normally do is I click on these E's, and if this number is going up, okay, that's telling me that, hey, they're making money. Like they're increasing their business every 4 months. That's a really good sign, right? A company like Aerodrome, again, they have a partnership with Apple and Amazon. You can pay with their system, and of course they take a fee. They're like a credit card company, but they're integrated with Amazon, where you can just check out on Amazon and just use their thing. I've never done it, but obviously by their earnings, there are other people doing it. So they're definitely growing in market share. Yeah, we'll get to some chart requests here at the end of the live. Again, Fridays are for our watch list, guys. So we go through our watch list. These are like my top picks for next week. Our chart request live streams are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, and you can also put them on social media too. And I pick random ones I get on there, just at Overkill Trading. But AVAX is the next one. AVAX is sitting right down here at the September 2023 low. You can see that was like 860. So again, you're buying it at the lowest price in 3 years, buying it down here. Okay, this thing had a decent move up here from 16 to 37, and then it topped out, right? It got the red dot right there, and then it sold all the way back off here to 9. So if you believe in AVAX, this is a pretty. I don't use it much. I have never used it. I've used it I think once or twice, but to be honest, there's a lot more layer ones out there that I think are doing the trick, right? They're getting a lot more traction. You want adoption. If no one's using your blockchain, if no one's using the technology, it's not going to last. So AVAX is not my favorite layer one, but on the technicals right now, it looks like a good buy. Okay, and again, I don't have time to research every single project, so maybe you know something about AVAX that I don't. I'm here to talk about the technicals of the stocks and the projects, right? We want to buy good quality projects at the right time, right? It doesn't matter if you're buying the best company in the world, which I would argue is Amazon, if you're buying it up here at the highs, right? You don't want to buy here at the highs. We want to buy good quality companies like Amazon right down here, okay, down here at like 160 or whatever it might be, okay, into that average, that mean that we've talked about these last couple of weeks, okay? This blue line on our indicator is the 4-year moving average, okay? It's the 200 EMA, so it's the average price over 200 weeks because we're on a weekly chart. So 200 weeks, that's just about right 4 years. Okay, it's a little over 4 years, like a couple months over 4 years, but you guys get the point. The 200 and the 50 are the ones we use. The 50 is the 1 year moving average. So again, we want to buy good quality companies, good quality projects at the right time. And the right time for us with our strategy is when this blue wave is down here, right below the white line. That's how we know we've capitulated on the time frame that we trade. Okay, so again, Amazon not on the list this week. It just needs to get deeper, right? All of these names are most likely below this white line down here. Axon's the next one. Again, it's down here, and that's actually bouncing on its 4 year right now. So that one looks interesting as long as it can hold on to that 390 level. I'd just be waiting for a signal on that. I like the fact that it's into that average. So again, the importance of the averages, and I'm sorry, I talk about this in almost every video. I know some of you guys watch every episode, and I just love you guys. Love all the support and everything, and I'm glad you guys are getting something out of this. I really pray and hope that that you guys are getting something out of this, and it's helping your investing out. But my whole thing that I've learned in 9 years is the longer you can look out, the more accurate you're going to be. If you're trying to trade a 1 minute chart, you could be wrong 15 times in a day, right? But you could also be right 20 times in a day. So you're taking a lot more L's than you would trading a weekly chart. And again, the more time you give something to play out, the more likely you are to be correct. So when people ask me like, hey, what percentage of your trades are wins? Well, I don't have that data because the only way to really tell is by giving it time, right? I like to say 75 to 80%. 75 to 80%. If you're willing to wait, if you're really willing to wait the 6 months, it's like 75 to 80%. But if you're willing to wait 12 months, I think that number goes up to like 85. Okay, if you're willing to wait 2 years, I think it goes up to around 90. And again, it all depends on what you're buying too, right? There's so many things that can happen in a market. Like, for example, on HIMS, like we started buying HIMS at like $30, right? We were right into the average. Everything was going good, but boom, they got sued. And their number one product they can no longer sell anymore, which accounts for 31% of their revenue. So again, things like that can happen that obviously when you get a black swan event like HIMS, it affects your win rate. So there's just, it just depends on what you take into consideration. But the longer you're willing to wait for this to bounce back, the more likely you are to be correct. So like you see that on crypto, like Chainlink got the green dots down here at 12, and then it sold off over the last month. So it's down 30% off of those signals right there. So again, we didn't buy right here to sell right here. We bought Chainlink because we think Chainlink's going back to 30, 40 bucks, right? So it's not really going to matter if it hits 40 if I'm buying at 12 or I'm buying at 9. As long as I give it time to actually play out and get back up here, that's when I'll make my decision on whether I was right or wrong, right? But if you zoom out on Chainlink, every time this thing has come down here and given you a green dot, it's been a time to buy. And that's all the way back to 2018. So again, I try to trust in the data, in the good Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? Very important. Very important. Okay? The data, folks. We think logically here. Okay? We don't think with our emotions or our feelings. We think logically. If everyone else is freaking out and heading for the door, okay, we can tell you that's going on right now based on the data. Okay? People are not excited down here. People are really excited up here. Okay? Really excited, really happy. Okay? We don't want to buy during those times. We want to buy when things are bad. Okay? How to make money in the market 101. Buy when everyone's bearish, sell when everyone is excited. Would you guys agree with that? Is that a logical approach to the market? It's not logical to buy up here. It's logical to buy down here. Okay? Because that's just what the data says. Moreno's right. How's everyone doing in the chat? Bob, what's going on, brother? 3 months. Okay. That's why I need you around, Bob. Every 3 months, not every 4 months, they report their earnings. Thank you for catching that. I'm not a detail-oriented person. I'm just a go-getter. You know what I'm saying, Bobby? I love you, brother. Jeff, what's going on, dude? Redox. Joey, how you doing, man? Bob. Hey, if you guys are watching the replay, go ahead and drop a comment. I read every comment on these videos every single morning. So I'd love to hear from you guys if you guys are watching the replay. I know we got people, Spartans all over the world here, and we're live every day, normally around noon to 2, Monday through Friday. Sorry I missed the live yesterday. I just got caught up in a bunch of meetings and just couldn't make it happen. But it did feel good to take a little bit of a break. So we're back full on right now, though. I mean, we're back in business. BBAI, this is another one we've been watching here down at $4. I did enter this one right here around 550. I got in a little early off the green dot. Again, we like when the dot comes down here, but I like this thing at 4. Another level to watch is going to be 3. So this is definitely one we'll be watching for that weekly signal on next week. They're a big AI company. They also got some contracts with the government and things like that. This actually looks really interesting here now that it's actually capitulating. So what we want to see is just the green dot. And if you guys are new as well, we do call those out over here in the Discord when they have. And you can see a couple went off today. We had one from GoodRx, AVGO, Riot, and Trump Coin. Might need to take a look at Trump Coin there. That big rug pull that hit the market. That'll be interesting to see if this actually rebounds, because that was highway robbery back in whenever it was. I mean, this was an insane drop. Okay, so you could see from 50 all the way down here to 3. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this, but that did go off today, but it looks like it faded from the chart. So a dot is only confirmed when the candle closes. So a dot can show up and fade away. They close on Sunday for crypto and on Friday for stocks. But BBI does look interesting here at $4. If that goes down to 3, I may need to take a bite. Okay, just looking for the signal. They got earnings coming up as well. BMNR, this is that Ethereum treasury company. This thing's hanging out here at $20. Once again, look how deep the wave is right now. Everyone's talking about this up here at $200. Now it's back down here to 20. And what are we looking for? We're looking for that signal. Okay, and this is Tom Lee's Ethereum treasury company for anybody that knows. I think I'd personally rather just buy Ethereum than buy a treasury company, but hey, this thing could do very well here. It looks like it's trying to build a base right there above 15. We got BNB. So again, look where Binance Coin's pulling back to, folks. Okay, what does this look like to you? Okay, the perfect pullback. Again, everyone's jacked up about it up here at 1,300. Okay, it's all the way back down here at 600. Look where it's bouncing. It's bouncing right on the mean. Okay, right on the mean, right on the 4 hour. Okay, that's big. Okay, this is a very big level for it. So I do think we're going to get a bounce here in the next 1 to 3 weeks. I think you see that green dot in the next 1 to 3 weeks here on Binance. What I think is going to happen now is I think we're just going to kind of go sideways a little bit. We might just hang out here for a bit like this. I hope this doesn't happen, right? I hope we don't just get a boring few months of just sideways, 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 then the big move. Okay, that could happen, or we could see a V-shaped recovery like we got on Ethereum back here in April. You could see it hit the bottom, got the signal, popped from 1,500 all the way up there to 5,000. This is one of our best trades last year on Ethereum. We were buying down here in this area, okay, down here, and then selling up here. We unloaded all of our Ethereum back here in September. Again, look where we were in regards to the mean. Okay, how do we know if we're getting a good price? We look at the mean. We look at the average. Okay. The mean is the average. We want to buy into the mean to get a fair price. We want to buy below it to get a discounted price, and we never want to buy up here. This is where we want to sell. Look at the separation, okay? Look at the separation. Remember that 50% number I told you? Okay, that's a big number to understand. If we're 50% up off of the EMA, up, we want to sell. Down, we want to buy, okay? Because again, if you're buying below the mean, okay, you're buying down here. If you're buying up here, you're buying at a premium. Does that make sense? The bears are bored. I think the sellers are exhausted, Bob. I think they're completely exhausted. There's no more. There's no more left to sell. Okay, now that's why you're seeing it go sideways. Again, I think we get a couple weeks of this, and then I think you're going to see a big move. I think we're just going to hang. Ethereum's probably just going to hang here at 2,000 for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, and either we might get one more move down and then up, but ultimately, if you're buying Ethereum, you should believe that the overall trend, right? If you want to take it a crazy step further and say, hey, in the next 5 years, do you think Ethereum is going to be higher or lower? Okay, if you believe in the project, you should say higher, because I guarantee you, if Amazon pulled back from the high here, 64%, if Amazon did that, you would be eating it up. Ethereum is not Amazon, obviously, but it is a growing asset class that is gaining traction, okay, inside of governments and countries and institutions, and I mean, it's the next financial system. It's what they're building the financial system on. I mean, this isn't a light switch that they just turn on and off overnight. This is going to take years, decades. Okay, and then in the next decade, do you think Ethereum is going to be higher or lower? Okay, a lot of things can happen, obviously, but ultimately, as an investor, if you're saying no to that question, if you don't think it's going to be higher, then you shouldn't be buying it. But Binance looks really interesting here down into the 4-year. So again, everyone's jacked up here. Okay, look where we are. The last time we were down here below the white line was, you could argue that right there in April, but truthfully, it was right here. Look how it pulled back into it. See how it pulled back into it? Okay, and then just sat there and then ripped to the upside. So again, we could do this for a while and things could get really boring, or we could just V-shape recovery and send it right back up, which I hope happens, obviously, because I don't like when my money just goes sideways for a few months. But again, we can't control the prices. All we can do is control our reaction to the prices. So if we get bored right here, it's important that we just don't make any emotional decisions. We just hang out, and then wait till the wave comes back up here, right? 1 to 6 months out on all investments. Here's Bitcoin, which is also sitting at its 4-year average right here. So I do think the bottom for Bitcoin is in here at 60, okay? Once I get the green dot, that will be confirmed. Okay, once we see that, that will be confirmed. But again, I think we're just going to sideways up, okay? Or a V-shaped recovery would be just as cool, okay? But we're at a fair price, okay? I never liked Bitcoin up here. We called Bitcoin out back here, okay? Back here in 2022. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of a vibe where we're kind of back in this area. I mean, the Discord chat, I mean, we got some people chatting, but back here in 2022, after this long bear market that we had, I mean, this was like November 2021 to December. That was a year we went down, okay? It was very silent in the Discord here. Like, there was like a couple people left, and then boom, this signal came right there on January of 2023 at 17,000, and I mean, the rest is history, okay? So the monthly chart is another chart we take into consideration as well. We don't just use one, we use both, okay? That's totally legal to look at 2 charts. So again, we buy the green dots on the weekly when the wave is down here, and we buy the green dots on the monthly as well. Okay, the dot is still red on the monthly. We got that one in September on Bitcoin. Where was the price? 116, 117. You can't argue with the data, folks. Everybody has the opportunity to have these same signals. Okay, the charts don't lie. I can't sit here and make this up. It's on the chart. Okay, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can download those over here inside the Discord under the Trading Indicator tab. Just click on that link right there. If you have any questions, just email me. Okay, but that link right there will get you everything set up exactly how it's set up on my charts. Okay, all the settings, everything, my entire layout, your screen's going to look exactly like my screen. Okay, and back to Bitcoin here at the 4-year average. Last time we hit the 4-year average was back here in 2023 at 25,000, green dot, rip. Here's BX. This is Blackstone. Okay, again, they're now below the average. We were watching this one last week because it was sitting into the average, but now they're below it. So looking for a green dot on BX. Cetus has a green dot here. Cetus is putting in a green dot right now this week. I think this is one of the most undervalued plays on the market. You just saw SUI get like 2 or 3 ETFs passed, which means a bunch of institutional money is going to come into SUI. And Cetus right now is built on, it isn't right now, it will always be built on the SUI network. So this is a really interesting play here, only like a $10 million market cap coin, one of my largest crypto positions. It's sitting down here at less than 2 pennies. It was all the way up here at 50 cents back in December. Okay, 50 cents, everyone jacked up here, no one caring down here. So I really like that play still. We got Coinbase up today. I told you guys this would go up after I sold it. I told you, okay? So up above 139, this one looks good, okay? Just missing the signal. You're most likely going to get that Coinbase signal over here. You're most likely going to see that here on Monday, okay? There's a really good chance that happens on Monday, unless obviously a black swan event happens, right? Nothing is 100%, but there is a very good chance you should see a buy signal on that one, just like you got back here in April at 170. We're literally sitting at the same price we got this one at. 170, 170, bada bing, bada boom. That went up from 170 to $450. Sell signal, take your profits, and wait. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Coinbase looks good going into the next week. I might rank these. I like Coinbase. I like, what was that other one? BNB looks good. I'm going to maybe rank these a little bit. Affirm looks good. I like Aerodrome too. Axon, I don't really know much about it. BMNR, BBAI looks decent. I'll put that one over AVAX. And then Cetus will be over... Man, it's more of a high-risk play, but I put that one right up there with BNB. I put it ahead of BNB. Let's go Aerodrome second, Affirm, BBAI, and then the rest so far. CRM, this one's at a massive discount right now. I mean, I'm just looking for the green dot on that one. I mean, you're buying it way off of the average. This is a really big tech company. I wonder what they're trading at here. CRM. They're trading at a 25 PE ratio, which is actually really good. So I'm going to move this one up too. I'll put that one over Binance. CRM looks really good. Again, if you want to wait for the green dot. They also have earnings coming up next week, so that's always a gamble. But this historically is trading at a very big discount right now, so that's definitely one we want to keep our eye on next week. What else we got? CRO. CRO also, look at this. Okay, every time this thing comes down here, green dot right there at 5 cents all the way up to 16. Green dots down here at 7 cents all the way up to 23. Green dot right here at 7 all the way up to 40. Again, people are excited up here. They're not excited down here. We're back down here getting the signal. CRO looks good. Let's move that one up the ladder. DoorDash bouncing on its 4-year. So it bounced on the 4-year here last time. Bouncing again as long as this one holds 155. That looks interesting. I look for the signal. Datadog, same thing. Looking for the signal. DJT, they shoved this one back down here into the close today. Sorry, I got to take a drink. So I'm still long on this as long as it holds on to 980. I re-entered a position like at 990, so I'm literally like even on it. I just looking for the stop loss being at around 975 to 980 on that one. DOUL, this is Duolingo. Again, a very beat up stock, just gone from 530 down to about 100. Looking for the signal on that one. A lot of you guys were asking about that. Ethereum, again, I love Ethereum's chart here. I love the capitulation. We've been buying here around 2,000. I like that one a lot. I think the bottom's in right there around 1750. Okay, again, just looking for the signal on ETH. I like this candle this week. If we can close with a candle like this or up more, it's going to look really good for a weekly close here. Again, we've gone down for 4 months in a row, okay? Or 4 weeks in a row, right? They just pulled this thing here at the beginning of the year. They rugged it right here, okay? We broke down below our support level right there, and you could see what happens. Stop losses get hit, and we get crushed, okay? But 1740 looks like the bottom for Ethereum here going into March. FLR, same thing, okay? Same story here. We go down, we go up. We go down, we go up. We go down, we go up, okay? Like that one. ETH, I'm going to move up here as well. I like ETH more than Binance. ETH's on discount. I mean, if you're talking about that average, right, look how far off the average we are. You're buying Ethereum from a 4-year average standpoint. You're buying it right now around a 30% discount. So, again, you can see how it comes into the average and it bounces. Comes into it, bounces. Goes below it, bounces. Hits it, bounces. Hits it, kind of bounces, gets flushed. Okay, what do you guys think's coming next? Do you think another big move to the downside's coming, or do you think it's going up? Okay, I can tell you right now we're going to get a green dot here in the next 1 to 3 weeks on it. Okay, that's a guarantee. GoDaddy got the green dot print this week as well. So this is another one that lost its support here. So if you get the green dot, right, the only thing that invalidates a green dot is a red dot. So if you get a red dot and you break a major support level like 120 right there, again, this thing gets rugged. But I was actually looking at this today, and I really like it down here. I mean, this thing's down almost 60-70% here. Okay, from the top at 214. They got actually really good earnings as well. They make about $1 billion every 3 months, according to Bob. And yeah, 86 looks like the bottom for that. Very oversold. And they got earnings coming up here as well next week. I agree, Bob. Yep. What's up, Joey? He said he sold off about half in October, starting to DCA everything tomorrow. Most were down 50 to 70%. Now, most around 30% down. Good, man. Yeah, dollar cost averaging is key, especially in times like this. You just pin your ears back. Again, if you go to work, if you have a job, you should be investing every month. It's not just like a one-time thing where you put your money in. If you're investing, I mean, and you're getting low prices, I mean, you could be buying $100 a week or $50 a week or $25 a week. You can actually set it up on Robinhood and Coinbase to automatically buy for you. Just say, hey, every Monday, I'm going to buy $25 worth of HBAR or GoDaddy or Aerodrome or CRO. You could set it up, and it's just automatic. You don't even got to think about it. You could even do it daily. You could say, hey, $5 a day. I want to be buying $5 a day worth of HBAR every single day, and I'm just going to let it ride. Okay, and you're buying every day. Just buy. It doesn't matter what the price does. Buy. And when we come up here into harvest season, what are we doing? We're cashing out. We're harvesting those gains. Okay, and then we have a big fat stack of cash up here, and we're just going to either let it sit or go find more assets to buy that are beaten up and down. So it's just an ongoing process. This is not like a one-hit wonder type of thing. This is something we could do for our whole entire lives, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? The problem is most people that manage their own money, they're so concerned with today's price and what's going on today. They're not thinking, 6 to 12 months out, like when like Jeff said. Jeff sent me a message on Twitter the other day. He said he's going to buy one chain link every day until he dies. He's going to buy one link every day until he dies, and when he dies, he's going to give it to his kid. That should be the goal. That should be the mindset behind what we're doing here. Not like, I want to get a Lambo tomorrow or something, right? This is a long-term investing strategy that could really benefit us over time. I know it's been crappy, folks. Everyone's not having a good time right now. You can see that in the Fear and Greed Index. Okay, this is not just us. This is the entire crypto sentiment, right? Everybody in crypto. There's hundreds of millions of people that are in crypto. Hundreds of millions. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Tens to hundreds. I can't confirm. Okay, someone's going to be in the comments calling me out on that. They're going to give me the exact number down in the comments, and I'm going to thank you for it. But just think of it. Everyone's in pain right now, folks. Everyone. This is like the 08 housing market crash, okay, for crypto. That's what this is. So you can panic and you could sell, but why would you do that? If you need the money, then sell. I mean, if you need to use it to pay bills, you guys shouldn't be investing money you're using to pay bills, okay? Only invest what you can afford to lose, okay? And if you have enough patience, you more than likely aren't going to lose if you're buying good quality projects and good quality companies at the right time. Okay, when this wave is down here, this is when we should have those automated buys on, right? $100 a day or $25 a day or $10 a day, whatever you can afford. Everybody is different, okay? Everybody has a different portfolio. Everyone's in a different spot in their investing journey. The key is to stay long. It's to stay long term. Good to hear, Joey. Keep on that dollar cost averaging. Yeah, we'll take some chart requests here once we get through our watch list. H bar looks like it printed with a green dot. I still think the bottom's in right here at 7 for H bar. I do like this one down here. Here's Robinhood. Robinhood got a nice green candle here this week, so it's trying to find a base right here at 70. So again, what are we missing? We're missing our signal. But if we can just go sideways here for a couple weeks and build a base, I do like this close a lot. Is the market closed? The market's closed. It's 2 o'clock, 2:30. Okay, so if we just build a base right here, go sideways a little bit, right? Kind of just rip. Okay, that'd be really good. So we want to either see consolidation or a V-shaped recovery on this. Again, what are we looking for? Our strategy is to buy on the green dots. I think Robinhood is a great company. I think they're going to do very well. And I don't think this is a bad price at all to be looking to start a position. If you want to wait for the confirmation, which you should, if you want to be disciplined, you wait for that green dot, because again, it could very likely still come down here to 50 and tap the 4 year. But again, if you buy here and buy here, right, don't exceed more than 2.5% on one single trade. That's in the trading rules. That's in the trading course. Okay, never exceed more than 2.5% of your total portfolio on one trade. Look to average down if the position declines 20% or more. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with our strategy completely, if you're new, there's a free trading course over here you guys can check out. Completely free. You guys can learn more about our indicators and more about how we approach the market. But this is important. This is just as important as the green dots and the red dots. Okay, 2.5%. Okay, 2.5% of your total portfolio. That way, if the position falls 50%, you're only losing half of this, which would be 1.25% of your total portfolio. So if you're really wrong and the asset goes down 50%, right, you're only losing 1.5. And then what can you do? Then you can buy more. You can buy another 2.5. So it's like, you see how Link down here? Okay, you got 2.5% right here. Okay, you got another one right here, but it was at the same price. So it didn't really make sense to add again. But now that we've dropped 20, 30%, if we get another green dot, what are we going to do? We're going to buy again, right? We're going to average in. So if you're buying at 12 and buying at 9, well, now you're buying at 10.50. Okay, now your average cost is 10.50 instead of 12. If this thing goes back to 30, I don't really think it's going to matter much if you bought it here or here. If it goes back to 30, like, I don't really care. That's the difference of making 120% compared to 100%. Okay, it's not a big deal to me. Okay, but in the scheme of things, right, I should just be just as excited to buy Chainlink down here as I was right here. I shouldn't be panicking and selling and running away. I say, man, I liked it at 12. I really like it right here at 9. Okay, that thing's up 5% today. So I really like Chainlink for next week too. That one would go way up there near the top. I'm not going to rank these, but you know, I'm going to give you guys access. Let me do this so in case I forget. So I'm going to share this watch list with you guys over here in the Discord under the watch list tab. Okay, so today is February 20th. February 20th favorites. Okay, boom. Okay, there's your watch list. And I'm going to go ahead and actually post the replay to this video over here as well. So, just so you guys can go watch the replay in case you joined late or, you know, whatever. Maybe someone didn't even know about it. But boom, watch list. We drop that every single week. So all you got to do is click on this link. And then that's going to pull up all these names, and you can make a copy of this playlist so you can actually go over it over the weekend, kind of do your own due diligence, do whatever it is you need to do. That link is over there. I just posted it right there under the watch list tab. Okay, so link, yeah, looks beautiful. HPQ, this one's still down here at 18. I'm like even on this right now. Got a gold dot on the weekly. I don't see a lot of gold dots on the weekly, but we did get that one. Looks like they have earnings on the 24th. This is a huge company. I mean, they make $14 billion every 3 months. Okay, they're not going anywhere, in my opinion. And you can see right there, off the 4-year, we're sitting at a 35% discount. Again, if you're using that 4-year, you're buying it down here right now. So green dot, I think this will at least bounce back to 24 to 27. I could be wrong. They have earnings on Tuesday. I will be watching that one next week. Intuit. This is now below 400 now. I mean, this is a crazy drop, dude. This is a wild drop for a pretty big company. These guys are the TurboTax people. Wow, they are down big, dude. 32% down. Okay, pretty expensive stock. I want to see what they're trading at right now. Actually, what their PE ratio is. Anyone know their PE ratio right now? It's at 26, so it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they are small business They are tax solutions, financial management solutions company. Yeah, they do like TurboTax, Credit Karma, small business stuff, things like that. But they're a huge company, and I mean, you're talking about a 35% discount on a huge company like this, trading at making $4 billion a quarter. That just looks really interesting for a stock. I mean, that's just very undervalued in my opinion. It could always get worse, but I mean, how big of a discount do you want? 30%? Who cares if you buy it at 380? If it goes to 340, who cares, right? If it goes down to 300, we'll just buy more. But looking for the green dot on Intuit. That is very, very sharp pullback like that. Normally when you see a pullback like this, the move back higher is just as fast. So interesting one to keep your eye on next week for sure. My man said 171 people watching and only 58 likes. It's a bear market, dude. It's a bear market, man. It's a bear market. Appreciate the likes, though, for real. Love you guys. IONQ, again, quantum computing play. Everyone's jacked up about this one at 80. No one really talking about it right now. We're looking for the green dot on that one. Joby, J-O-B-Y, back down into the 40-year. Just looking for the signal. Litecoin has a signal. That's actually confirming there. Let me go ahead and post this. So if that closes on Sunday, okay, Litecoin's looking good. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Yeah. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. There is opportunity in crisis always, guys, in every stage of life. Got to learn how to deal with the pit, man. The pit. What's that verse about? Oh, let me read you guys the Bible verse real quick. This is going to be the verse of the day for everybody. Let me just go over here. Let's see here. I had it pulled up here. One sec. Okay, here you go. Job. Ooh, we're getting into Job here, folks. Job 2:10. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity? Again, that's shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity? And there's a question mark on the end of that. That is Job 2:10. Okay? Good times ain't always going to happen in life, folks. It ain't going to be all up and to the right all the time. Okay? And I'm speaking on that, not just in the markets, but in life in general. You're going to go through hard times in life. Okay? But if you got the good Lord, the high shepherd, nothing else matters. Doesn't matter if the market's going down or up, as long as you got him. Okay? But what that verse is pointing out is like, hey, good times, they come from God. When things are going good, it's great to be, it's easy to be grateful. It's easy to praise God. It's easy to thank him, right? But when things are going bad, what are you doing? Are you turning away? Are you cursing him? Are you giving up? Giving up's for cowards, in my opinion. We got to learn to embrace the hard times, embrace the bad times. That's what builds character. That's what builds character, folks. Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? Praise him. Praise him. Litecoin looks great, though, here, folks. I mean, this is right down here. 2024 lows, 2022 lows. Look at this. Okay? Where'd we bounce in 2022 4 years ago? Right down here at $50. Where'd we bounce right here in July of 2024? Right there at 50. Okay? 50, 50. You guys see the pattern here? Bouncing at 50, bouncing at 50. Where are we bouncing right now? At 50. Okay, so I like Litecoin. Litecoin's a really easy one to trade too. I mean, it's just clear as day. Buy here, sell here. Buy here, sell here. Okay, what are we doing right now? Are we panicking? Are we running for the streets because aliens are coming to invade us? Are we panic selling because there's going to be a quote-unquote war with Iran? That war would be over so quickly it wouldn't even be funny, folks. Do you understand the power of the United States military? Like, they captured a communist leader without even a fight, without even putting up a fight. What do you think they're capable of, folks? Iran can run their mouths all they want. But wars aren't fought with people anymore. They're fought with drones and bombs. It'll be over before it started. And it's, again, to me, it's all noise. It's all a bunch of noise. Like, I just don't care about it. I can tell you what the news is by looking at the chart. I can tell you right now, negative, negative, negative. Aliens are coming, okay? War with Iran, okay? What else? Donald Trump, whatever he's saying, okay? Up here, it's all good and fantastic. You guys got a little taste of it right here in September. You definitely had a taste of it here in December. If you guys were around, okay? Up here, everyone was jacked up, right? XRP going to 10,000 by the end of the year, baby. It's the best asset in the world. It's going to be the next Bitcoin. It's going to 10,000 by next year or by the end of the year, right? Where are those people now? They're telling you that a bear market's coming after it's pulled back 64%. Okay? And God help them. Right? But again, we have to think about things logically here. We can't get overly excited and we can't get overly down. Right? Exciting up here, down here. Okay? And again, it is an emotional thing. You need to learn how to manage your emotions. If you can't manage your emotions, don't manage money. I'm just being straight up with you. Okay, this is not for you if you can't manage your emotions. It's easier to manage your emotions when you have a plan, when you have a strategy, right? You're not just going to go to the gym without a plan, right? You're going to actually have a workout written down, ready to go. You're going to know exactly what you're doing. Markets reward preparation. They reward preparation. They reward us by doing our research before next week, by looking at this watch list before next week happens. We want to be ahead of the game. We don't want to be reacting to every news tweet of Donald Trump, right? We're looking at the charts. I get it. It's hard not to get wrapped up in the news. And I'm not saying news isn't important, because that's why we have a news channel over here that literally calls out all the top articles. Okay, look at that. Gold reclaims $5,100. Good to know. Gold's going back up. Okay, but to get so wrapped up in it, what Donald Trump's saying, Donald Trump, I don't know about the guy. Right? I don't know him. I know he's an actor on a stage. That's what I know. Okay, he is owned by these guys, the smart money here. Okay, he's a part of the smart money, right? He wants you to think a certain way right now, right? He wants you to either be scared or be optimistic. The choice is really yours. Okay, I can tell right now that people are very unoptimistic, right? People are pessimistic right now. Because we're down here. That's just the way of the world. That's just what the chart says. That's not what people say. That's what the chart says. Okay, I could tell you that people are down here. It's obvious. Okay, there'll be another time if you guys are going to stick around long enough. A lot of people, this is when a lot of people leave the channel. This is when a lot of people give up on investing and a lot of people give up on crypto, is when times get hard. Okay, and those are the same people that are just going to give up in life when times get hard and something hits them. I mean, we can't give up. We got to have faith in the Lord, and we have to have conviction in what we're doing. We have to believe in what we're doing. Okay? And everything should be done for the glory of God. Not ourselves, not me, not you. Okay? For the glory of God. And we have a community here, right? And that's what it's all about. Okay? It's about, we're technically like a church, right? We're a community. Okay? You hold me accountable, I'm going to hold you accountable. Okay? We're not here to tear each other down. I had to ban someone yesterday from Discord because he called someone a bigot. You're just not going to do that. You're just not going to do that here. I mean, if you don't read the rules, if you don't follow these rules right here, pretty easy rules to follow. Okay? Don't accept any friend requests or messages from anyone named Overkill or Overkill Trading or anyone else that you don't know. Okay? Unless you want to get scammed. Okay? I will never message you. I will never DM you. I will never send you a friend request. It's nothing personal. Okay? If you want to email me, my email is right here. Okay? And we also have a support chat over here as well. That's how you can reach out to me or somebody on the team. Okay, be kind and respectful to one another. Okay, but the most important one, the most obvious one is keep the bothersome language to a minimum. If you wouldn't say it to your mom or your kids, don't say it in the chat. Okay, that's it. If you're not going to say that to your mom or your kids, don't say it in the chat. Okay, because we're all family here, man. We're all a community. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together at this. Okay, And we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for the futures of our families and for God, ultimately. So I love it, man. God bless the Overkill Army, man. God bless them. Thank you, Lord. Yep, we're almost through the list here. We'll take some requests here in a sec. Lululemon's looking pretty interesting. This one got these dots down here in September around 170. It's sitting at like 180 right now, so I like it as long as it holds 170. It's kind of starting to curl here. Lyft, LYFT. Wow, that one's gotten smoked there. Okay, that one's down there back at this place where we bounced here last time in August. I'd say that one looks pretty good above 350 again. We're back down here in planting season, harvest, harvest, harvest. We're back in planting season. So guess what, baby? It's on the watch list. Watching Lyft next week. Looking for the signal. Microsoft, same thing, down here in the 200. You see how this thing pulls back into the 200? Pulled back here in 2022, rip. Touched it right here in 2025, rip. Now, does that mean 100% that we're going to touch it and go bounce here? Nope, nothing is 100%, but it's a pretty good place to stab at it, right? 380 is the support level you want to watch. I think this looks like a good spot. You just need the signal. Very oversold, right? From 550 all the way down here to 400. It's looking more and more interesting. As long as we get that green dot next, okay, above 380, I think Microsoft looks really good. Netflix, same thing. Look where it's touching right on the mean. Again, where do we want to buy? We want to buy into the mean or below the mean, okay? And look at this, 75. We're not buying up here way off the mean, okay? This is when everyone else is excited about it. We want to buy down here when no one's really talking about it. Netflix looks really interesting. Netflix and Microsoft, both two big key players, sitting right at their 4-year averages right now. Looking fantastic. Okay, it'd be interesting to see if we bounce. We got ServiceNow, again, discount. Okay, green dot, that actually printed. So that was confirmed here. Okay, that was confirmed. $94 looks like the bottom for that. Got the green dot here at 104. Watch for a snapback on ServiceNow. Ondo, same thing. Put in a double bottom here. You got the green dot, looking good. I think Ondo looks great down here at 20, 30 cents. Again, everyone wants to buy it up here at 2. We're accumulating down here and we're selling up here. That easy. Oracle didn't print the green dot. So this one, the green dot faded here. So 140 is a very important level for it. Let's watch Oracle. I'm looking to add on the next green dot. I almost added here today, but the dot faded. So that showed up and then it went away. Again, a dot is not confirmed until the candle closes, okay? Because then it can't be taken away from the chart. But if we open up with a green dot and then we go down, that green dot can fade like you see here on Oracle. So watching that one next week as well. Here's Palo Alto also down here into the 4-year, looking for the signal. P-Sky printed. This is Paramount. Okay, and I'm just calling a couple of these out over here in the Overkill Alert section here. Boom. So Paramount, that printed at 10 or 11 bucks. And we also had a Litecoin print as well. So you're seeing 2 of those right there. Both looking good. PayPal looking like it wants to turn and go the other way. So again, I think there's going to be 1 or 2 things that happen here. This is going to get a V-shaped recovery, or we're just going to go sideways like this for a few weeks. But I do have a position on PayPal here, and I'm playing the bottom right there at $38. Looking for the green dot next week. This thing is so oversold, dude. This is trading at a 10-year low right now. The lowest price in 10 years, okay, since 2016. That's insane, okay, for a company that makes $8 billion a quarter, $8.5 billion, $8.7 billion. Crazy. Yeah, we'll take some chart requests here in a sec. I think Circle's on the list. Pyth has a green dot still pushing up here, looking for the breakout on that one next week. We got Ray. Ray had one show up, but it looks like it faded. Watching that one, I think 50 cents is the bottom for Ray here. Okay, looking for the green dot on that one next week. Roblox, looks like the dot faded on that one. So again, just looking for the green dot to print and stay there. SE, that one printed. So SE also printing right here on its 4-year moving average. I'm gonna put that one over there. I actually want to look that one up really quick. So if you guys are a member of the Discord, you guys get this research tool. So all you got to do is go to the research tool and type in /info, and then you type in the ticker. So in this case, it's SE, and this works for stocks and cryptocurrencies. So you just select the ticker, and then it tells you what it is. So it looks like they're an internet-based company in Singapore engaging in 3 core business segments: digital entertainment, e-commerce, and digital financial services. $68 billion company. That's a huge company. But it's trying to find a bottom here at around $100. So it's bouncing right on the 4-year. You're getting it at the average. I think that's a fair price. They do have earnings coming up in March. So obviously earnings is always a gamble, but that did print with a green dot there. And SMCI, this one had the red dot. I saw a lot of you guys freaking out of the red dot showing up. But again, a dot is not confirmed until it closes. Okay, so the fact that it popped up and faded away is actually a really good sign here. I still like this one over 27.50. As long as 27.50 holds, I like SMCI a lot. I got a position on this one as well. SMR, nuclear. So that one got the red dot there last week, and it looks like it did break down below support. So that's not a good break there. Okay, we need to reclaim that here next week. That is one I would set a stop loss on, or I would have set a stop loss on, right there at around 14. I put the stop loss next week at 12.50. Okay, if 12.50 breaks, I would sell it because that's probably going to be in for a bigger correction. So again, the only thing that invalidates a green dot is a red dot. When a red dot comes, okay, I have a video on how to set a stop loss in the free trading course over here. Okay, if you guys are new, watch that trading course. It'll explain how to set a stop loss, what to do when you get a red dot like this. You want to set a stop loss. Okay, when you see that. Okay, and you see that break of support, because when that happens, like you saw on Ethereum here. Okay, Ethereum had 2 green dots in December, right? So what were we doing? We were using this low right here, the low from that candle, 2,600. I told you guys if 2,600 breaks, we're in trouble. Okay, because that's the low, and you could see when it broke. That's when all the liquidity and all the stop losses get hit, and that's why you see this big overreaction, because there's a big order of stop losses sitting there, and when they can shove it down into those stop losses and liquidate people get overly leveraged here, right? They're using 10x leverage, 100x leverage, and those exchanges just go, ha, free money, dump it, and then what are they going to do? Then they're going to go long with leverage, and then they're going to pump it right back up. That's how it works. But you got to pay attention to these levels. Technical analysis is very real, guys. There's other traders like you and I with a lot more money than us, okay, that are watching these same exact levels with these same exact tactics. Okay, we could tell that that was the bottom. I told you guys, we are bullish on Ethereum unless it breaks 2,600. It broke and it fell. Okay, when those stop losses get hit, that's when the sell pressure really hits and people get right. They're liquidated. When you get liquidated, you lose all your money. Okay, if you don't use leverage, you can never lose all your money. You can wait it out until it bounces. The people using 10x leverage, if you see an influencer telling you to go long with 10x leverage, unfollow them. Don't listen to them. Now, there are ways to use leverage. Okay, the biggest thing is position sizing. But if you're one of those people that goes in with 50 grand of leverage here and you lose it, well, you're screwed, man. You lost all of your nut, right? We don't use leverage in crypto. That's why if this happens, it shakes us, but we're still in the game. We got nothing but time. Okay, these came in December. We're 2 months in. We're a month and a half, 2 months in right now. What's our strategy? 1 to 6 months. That doesn't mean 1 or 2 months unless we go down. No, that means we're waiting it out for 6 months. And then after the 6 months, if we're not where we want to be, if we're not back up here, we're making a decision to either add more or cut losses or do whatever it is we need to do. Okay? But if you liked ETH up here at 2,700, you should really like it down here at 2,000. Okay? This is just an opportunity for everybody to add and buy more as they're continuing to go to work and continuing to save, right? This isn't an overnight thing, guys. Okay, I can give you verses on being hasty and being in a rush. Not a good thing to do. Okay, the one who gathers little by little will have much. That's awesome, dude. DeTrice, he said, I want to create an exercise and health nutrition recovery facility with my potential wealth, doing the Lord's work. That's awesome, man. That's actually one of my goals too, is to open up a gym and I want to open up a boxing and lifting and basketball gym one day. That's one of my goals, at least. So I'm using crypto and stocks as an investment vehicle to get me there, right? I understand it's not going to take a day, right? This is going to take years. It might take 5-10 years. Okay, but hey, at least we're working toward it, right? At least we're working toward it. A lot of people don't even try. right? A lot of people don't even try. At least you have the effort to try, right? Everyone's going to be stuck in a job they hate for the rest of their lives because they were too scared to fail. They feared failure, and maybe they failed once or twice, and then they just gave up. Okay, well, you're just going to never change your way of living. If you want someone to tell you when to eat lunch every day, then get a job. But if you don't, find a way to build wealth, and don't be in a rush to do it. Okay, do it over time. Where are we at? Snapchat. No, Snapchat. What up? Okay, this is one of my biggest positions in stocks. I told you guys I bought this, I think, last week. Okay, I was buying right here at $7-8. It went the other way on earnings, but look where it tapped. It tapped its 8-year low. So you're buying at the lowest price in 8 years. Okay, that is not a place to panic. That is a place to buy more. I think they're either going to get bought out or they're going to figure it out, guys. They announced that they now have a run rate of $1 billion in subscriptions. So they have something called Snapchat Plus, which is a subscription service, kind of like how Twitter has its verified check. But it's a subscription service, and they're making $1 billion a year with it now. So that's only going to grow over time as their users continue to grow. Okay, and you could say that they might be losing share, but if they lose all the share, guess who's going to buy them? Big Daddy Elon, or who knows, Donald Trump could buy them, or Facebook could buy them, or Amazon, or Microsoft, right? They have 500 million daily active users, guys. When you have that many eyeballs, okay, that is called collateral. Okay, you have a lot of attention. Attention is currency in today's world. Okay, and they have 500 million, around 500 million. I think it's like 477 million. I better be correct, or someone's going to check me in the comments, and I'm glad, right? Keep me in check, right? If I mess up, if I say something wrong, let me know. Let me know. I read every comment, right? It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us. We all got to hold each other in check. Okay, but Snapchat again. Lowest price in 8 years. How could it not be on the list? Snow, S-N-O-W. Okay, bouncing at 160, just needs the signal. Synapsis, this one's hanging around its 4-year right now. This one's really kind of just chopping around, but I actually really like this one. They got earnings coming up. They had a partnership announcement with NVIDIA, so NVIDIA is obviously involved, and they're bouncing right at their average right now. So good-looking stock. Good-looking stock, just needs to hold on to these lows right here at 375. We got SoFi making the watch list this week. Okay, again, everyone's jacked up about it. I see all the influencers flexing their positions up here at $30. Okay, now they're nowhere to be seen because we're down 30-40% since the top. Again, we were sellers up here. Okay, we want to sell up here. We want to buy down here. You could have bought SoFi at $10 back in April. That was a 200% move. Okay, party's over up here. Party is over. Okay, go find something else to do. Okay, we're waiting, and look where we are. We're right back down on the spot. So those guys that bought up here are probably selling now. That's why you're seeing this sell-off, because they're panicking. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. I bought at 32, I'm down 50%, and it sucks. It's not a good feeling, right? But it happens, right? You got to learn your lesson. We don't want to buy way up off of the average, right? 55% off of the 4-year average. I'm good. I ain't going to go buy my groceries at a 50% premium. Why would I want to buy my stocks and my crypto that I'm trying to invest in? I want to buy it at a fair price or a good price. Again, at the mean is a fair price. Below the mean is a discounted price. Up here is a premium. We don't want to buy at a premium. What's up, Efren? What'd you buy at 5? We got Solana. Just needs the dot. Okay, we're below the 4-year here. I think the bottom's in for Sol at around 66. Okay, looking for the green dot. So Soundhound, also way down here, right? Planting season, harvesting season, right? We shouldn't be thinking, oh my gosh, it's down less than 0.5%. Okay, we should be thinking, okay, green dot, I'm loading up, baby. Okay, looking for that signal. We got Spotify also bouncing right on the 4-year here with a green dot. That one looks pretty good. Looks really good, actually. Up above 400. I like that one above 400. STLA, they are way off their 4-year now. They are way undervalued here. 50% down. Holy smokes. Their earnings haven't been good recently. And they cut their dividend. When they cut their dividend, their stock took a dump. A lot of people sold their off the dividend retracement, but Companies do that sometimes. I'd say the bottom looks like it's in right there at 7. I'm just looking for a green dot on that one. These guys make a ton of money too. I mean, they make $88 billion a quarter. That's a ton. SUI, still hanging out here. Just need the green dot. TEM. This is Tempest AI. We looked at this one last week. Looks really good here above 48. Just need the signal. We got T-Mobile. T-Mobile came right back into the 4-year and bounced. I'd probably be on the daily on this one here, looking for a pullback. But you got those EMA ribbons starting to cross. So that's another signal there is when those cross down, that means we're going into a downtrend. When they cross up like that, that means we're going into an uptrend. But we don't want to buy off these averages. We'd like to buy T-Mobile at around like 200, which is like a 10% drop. But we're definitely eyeing that one. This one needs to go on the green list. Okay, nice bounce there off the 4-year. Really nice bounce. I'd like a pullback into like 200 bucks. The total 3, still hanging out around its 4-year. Again, we could just do this for a month or two. This will really piss people off if we just don't do anything. If Ethereum just sits at 2,000 for like 2 months and doesn't move, think of how bored people are going to be. They're going to be like losing their minds. Okay, but again, we just look at this as planting season, right? We're in the field, we're planting the seeds, taking care of them, spreading some water, right? Doing the thing. Okay, and then when harvest season comes, that's when we're going to be celebrating, man. Everyone in the chat's going to be real happy. Okay, we're not going to be sitting at 93 likes. We're going to be sitting at 500 likes. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay, Twilio looks interesting here too, above 100. This is a software company. As long as it holds 100, it looks decent. It is trying to hang on here to the 4 years, so if that gets a breakout there next week, looks like they got earnings coming up in April. So something to watch. Uber's down here into its 4-year. Look how deep that one is. Looking for a green dot there on Uber. We got UNH. This one made the list this week too. This is one of the biggest medical companies. The only thing I don't like about the medical companies right now is Donald Trump. Donald Trump's pretty anti-medical company, whereas Joe Biden was like pro-medical company. You guys see all the fraud and stuff being exposed and things like that. So that's obviously hurt this stock, but it's down from 600 all the way down here to 260. Again, they make a ton of money. $113 billion every 3 months. So I like it here above 265. It is the biggest medical company in the world. So just one of those things to consider. Like it's very beat up right now. So looking for the green dot on that one. Uniswap, again, looking for the signal. Again, building the base here right at 350. Looks good. We got XCN still hanging out right here above 4.004. So that one's just kind of range bound right here between 0.004 and 0.006. Again, just looking for the signal here. This is one of my largest positions still, and I'm just staking it, man. I'm earning every single day. I earn more XCN just by staking it here at these levels. So looking for the green dot on that. We got XLM. XLM is sitting right here at 15 cents. Got the green dot showing up here again. You're buying it at about a 20% discount. So I would say the bottom is right there at 13 cents if you're playing this signal. Again, look to buy here at 15. If it goes down to 12, you could buy more. If it goes down to 9.5, you could buy more. Okay, but it's trying to build a base right here around 15 cents. XRP's also sitting at its 4-year moving average. That looks like the bottom to me right there at 110. Again, we can go sideways here for a while and do nothing. Hopefully accumulate as much as possible during this time and then get ready to sell up here again. Selling up here, buying down here. The last time this wave was down here was back here in July of 2024. We called XRP out at 45 cents, guys. We called that out. You guys could go watch the video. Boom. It went all the way up to 350. Okay? Again, buying down here, selling up here. It's not rocket science. Where are we right now, folks? We're down here. We're in the trenches. We're in the fields, planting seeds, getting her going. Oh, Efren bought some Snap at $5. Nice, dude. Very nice. I think it's a no-brainer, dude. Because if they get bought out, like if Facebook comes in there and is like, hey, we're just going to buy you guys, here's $100 billion, their stock's going to go to 20, 30, 40 bucks. Or they're just going to keep doing what they're doing and growing their company. And over time, I mean, you could see the last time on that stock when it hit. And again, I'm not here to pump Snap. It is one of my largest positions. So I'm letting you guys know I have a position in this. I'm a little biased. But you could see the last time it hit this level was in 2018. Okay? That was 2018. That was 8 years ago. A long time ago, dude. I don't even remember what I was doing 8 years ago, to be honest with you. Okay, I think I was like just getting into trading. I actually think I remember this. And you know what I did back here? I actually think I was trading Snapchat at the time. You know what I did back here? I sold. Okay, that was right when I first started. I think I do remember this, actually. I was actually in Vegas at the time watching a basketball game. And I remember I sold it in the hotel. And it was like down here like $5. And I watched it go all the way up to 80. Okay, but again, I was uneducated back here. Okay, but you can see the last time I hit that spot, it went to $80. That's a massive move. If it just gets to 9, I'm going to be happy, dude. If it just goes to 9, I'm going to be happy. So, yeah, I love Snapchat here. Excellent. We did Zillow, one of the biggest real estate companies out there. Also very far down here right now, just looking for the signal, trying to bounce down here at 45. It does have some support right here to around 40. Okay, we saw that in 2024. Kind of bounced in this area as well, between 35 as well. Again, just looking for the signal. We just need the signal. Okay, we did have a nice green candle close, though, and look how far off the 4-year we are right now. Okay, 30% off, so not a bad spot. Comp is one I took my position on this week. This is kind of an OG altcoin. It's been around for quite some time, and I just noticed their Twitter account just became active again. So I ended up selling a position I had a while ago because there was no activity. There was nobody on Twitter tweeting, but I seen in the last couple weeks they are back online. And I think they were involved in like a lawsuit or something. But I think with all these rules and stuff that are getting laxed on by the SEC and stuff, I think they're coming back alive here. So I just seen this big move on it right here last week. It went up to 24, and then it pulled back here to 18. My entry on it this week was at $18. Again, I call out all my trades for you guys over here in the Discord. Where was that? It was right here. Okay, yeah, I bought it like 18.26 or something like that. But I just, big move up. Now it's pulling back. I think this one's trying to bounce here off 17. So what will confirm the move is a green dot, but we have the weekly, right? It's green on the weekly, so it fits our strategy. And if you guys think altcoin season's coming in the next 6 months like I do, it's already altcoin season to me. Like, we should be buying altcoins right now. It's not altcoin season up here. This is time to sell. This is time to exit altcoin season. Okay, but right now we're down here in a place where we want to be averaging down. And I got in at 18 just because I seen a big volume candle come in. So if you come here to the indicator tab and just type in volume, okay, look at the volume. That's weird volume. That's smart money volume right there. That's not retail coming in and buying that. That's like millions and millions of dollars coming in right there. So somebody who knows something is buying that. That's what that tells me. Somebody who knows something is buying it. So volume is also a very important indicator that you can follow. Okay, that is not normal volume right there. Okay, so again, it pumped all the way up to like $24 and then pulled back. Okay, if you believe in our strategy and use our strategy, you should think this thing's going to 48 to 60, and it's sitting at 18. So I did buy that one this week. And the last one is Circle. Circle has the green dot. They also have earnings coming up next week as well. So that's going to be a very interesting one. But as of right now, what that dot is telling us is that $50 is the bottom there. Slow Train, what's going on, brother? Yeah, if you missed the replay, you guys could always watch the replay over here in the latest tab. This is where all of our past live streams are posted here. We're live Monday through Friday unless something pops up for me and I can't make it to the live stream. That doesn't happen often, but it happened yesterday, and I apologize for it. We will be picking up with our chart request on Tuesday, so you guys had the opportunity to drop your chart requests over here this week. We're going to be answering these next week, Tuesday through that's going to be Tuesday through Thursday. So tune in for live coverage there next week. I'll take a few chart requests from the thread right now, or from the live chat if you guys want, but that is the watch list so far. So that is everything I'm watching next week. Again, I kind of started to rank these, but I think you guys kind of get the point if you sat through the video here. A lot of these names are just very oversold. We want to buy stuff when it's very beaten up, very oversold, we've gone down. That's when we want to buy. We don't want to buy when everyone's excited, folks, and I think we can all agree that no one's excited right now. No one's having a good time. Okay, you could see that in our indicator. You could see that in the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. You could see it on Twitter. You could see it in the Discord. You can see it everywhere. Okay, now is not the time to panic and give up. Now is the time to put your heels in the ground, dig in, and never surrender. Spartans never surrender. It's not in our blood. Yep, did SE. That one did close with a weekly. That one did close with the weekly, so that looks good. If you're buying it here, I just put a stop loss at $100. So your risk is $15. to the downside on a stock. But that did close. That looks good. That means that is confirmed. It can't go away. Oracle, we covered that one as well. Yep. I went sitting on the 4-year, just need the signal. I'm looking to average down on this one myself. I bought it right here at 180 off that signal. Now I'm looking to buy it again down here at around 150. I see one for ETHA. That's pretty much just ETH. Again, it's trying to find a bottom right here at around 1374. I think the bottom's right there. Just looking for that signal. You can see the last time that came was back here in April. And that thing went from 12 to 36. So that was a monster move. And we're actually putting in a higher low right now. A higher low is when we bounce at a higher spot than the previous low. Looking good. We covered Microsoft too. You guys, if you guys got requests, just try to request some names we didn't cover. If you guys missed it, I don't want to cover the same names again. I apologize just for time's sake. You guys can come watch the latest video right over here. Okay, if you missed the live. That'll be there all week and it's on YouTube. You guys can watch it whenever. Canton, you've been patient, brother. You've been patient. This is just too new of a project. So when a new project comes out, you can't see data on it just because there's not enough data to populate, right? This thing just came in November. I normally like to avoid these newer projects that social media is pumping up. If I was trading this, though, I would use a stop loss at 14 because if 14 breaks, it's going to come back down and most likely be a rug. So what I would do is put a stop loss at 14 cents. That's just the low right below your 9-week moving average. Okay, that's the 3-month or the 2-month moving average right there. If you think about it, okay, as long as that holds, it looks good. 14 cents is the support on that one. He said Atom is testing resistance. Excuse me. That one 164. I mean, got the green dot there last week. Nice move. I think this one actually popped with a monthly. So that one does look very, very interesting here off the monthly. I like that one a lot. I think you can stake that one on Coinbase for like 17% APY or something. So you can actually earn staking rewards and you can also collect to the upside if it does end up bouncing. But where I'd look to sell this one is right here into the 200. Boom, boom, boom. Right there at 7. Bang. See how it hits the 200? Gets rejected. Hits the 200, gets rejected. So that one's kind of how that's kind of how that's trading here. But again, it does have buy signals. That one looks really good. I like that one a lot with the monthly. So watch for that one to bounce back to 6 or 7 over the next 1 to 6 months. I've been thinking of open for 2027 from Efren. I was actually looking at this today. They had earnings. Looks like they made quite a bit of money actually. What's the PE on this? Did they even make money? I'm looking at the PE ratio real quick. PE ratio, it's negative. So they're actually not profitable yet, but looks like their revenue is going down. I think those housing market's just awful right now. I don't know, man. I don't think it's the kind of market for real estate right now with where rates are and stuff. I mean, you could see it in their earnings. They're actually losing money. They made 1.5 billion here, and then they only made 900 million, and now they only made 736 million. That doesn't look too good to me. But again, if you believe in the project, that's a tough one, man. I was looking at this today. I would say as long as it holds 350, it looks good. You could even use this week's low right there at like 4. But I'd probably put a stop loss at 350 on that one. If that one's going to bounce, it's going to bounce somewhere around here. But again, our time to buy was back, I mean, at 50 cents. If you caught that, congratulations. But again, this is where all the hype's in. Everyone's talking about it up here at 10, calling it the next GameStop, right? And now no one's talking about it again. So that was hype related there. I mean, every news channel was talking about this, and then it sold off to 5. So it did pull back 50% from its previous high, which is why our wave is down there, right? 50% pullback. That's what we look for. So yeah, if rates do come down, you got a point there. That would flip the market. So just depending on what those are going to do. And I've heard a lot of mixed things from Trump on what he thinks is going to happen. At first he was like, oh, he's going to cut no matter what. And now he's kind of like, he might cut. And it's like, okay, well, is he going to do it or is he not going to do it? Again, that's why I just don't listen to the news. I wait till it happens, and then we can go. But until something actually happens, until those rates get cut, we really don't know what's going to happen. I hope they get cut. I really do. What's up, Rise Up? Even the Bible says don't get caught up in the noise. Ecclesiastes 11:4. He who watches the wind will not sow, and he who looks at the clouds will not reap. Ooh, I love that, man. That's so good. Yeah. Don't watch the wind, man. The news is the wind, right? It's here today and gone tomorrow. Okay, I guarantee you in a couple weeks, no one's going to be talking about Iran. Okay, no one's going to be talking about aliens. No one's going to be talking about, right? It's here now, gone tomorrow. It's honestly insane. It's driving me crazy because it's one news thing today and then everyone completely forgets about that, and then it's on to the next thing the next day, and then everyone completely forgets about that, and then it's on to the next thing the next day. It's like Slow Train said, it's like the wind, man. It's just, I pay no attention. We look at the charts, okay? We look at the charts. We look at the data, okay? We're technical traders here, logical thinkers. Joey said, thanks for all you do. Been holding this SH or SHIC over 10 years now, up 25% an inch to pull the trigger, but looks like might want to make a run up to the next level. What do you think? Just looking at the charts, that was HSIC. You've been holding this for 10 years? That's a painful 10 years. Just chop, chop, chop. Great one to trade, but awful one to hold. This is a good time to hold if you're back here in 09 at 13. But yeah, this is a good trading stock. Right now, you're just kind of on top of the. You're on top of the top of the wave. So, like, if I was trading this, you got a green dot there. So what that's telling you is that 75 should be the bottom. So you could have a stop loss at 75. If that broke, we're probably just going to keep trading in this pattern that it's traded in for the last, I don't know, 8 years down. I mean, this is pretty clear. This is a great one to trade, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's pretty consistent. That's very consistent. But not one you just want to have in your portfolio because it's not going anywhere, right? You're only up 25% in 10 years. That's, I mean, you're losing by a long shot to inflation at 11% or whatever it's at. Good, Jeff. The news, it don't do us any good. Honestly, it don't. I mean, we need to understand what's going on, but we can't make that our main focus, right? If you show me the chart, guys, I can tell you what the news is. We could tell you that everyone's freaking out about Bitcoin down here. We know that. We don't need the news to confirm it, right? But normally, you get all these crazy things happening in bear markets, right? When the markets are down, because they want you to panic. They want us to panic down here, okay? They want us to panic at the bottom of the lows. They want us to sell. They want us to be worried. They want us to, oh my gosh, there's aliens. We're going to war. We're going to be doing all these things that I don't even know about. It's just noise, right? They want that down here. That never comes up here, okay? It never comes up here. This is when it's all positive. It's all good. Everyone's tooting their horns. Everyone's telling you how great they are on Twitter because they called the bottom and yada, 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 right? Bunch of egos. Just a bunch of egos. Okay, that's when the egos come out. This is what separates the winners from the losers, folks. This time right here that we're in. So I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully, guys got some value out of this. If we can get this video to 150 likes, I'll go ahead and give away 100 XRP inside the Discord. We only need like 50 more, so we'll do a giveaway next week in the Discord. Screw it. We got to 100 today. I'm just going to do it for fun. Let's just go ahead and do a giveaway over here. I'm going to do a /G create. I'm just going to do an XRP giveaway for you guys here for getting to 100 likes on today's video. I'll give you guys 3 days to enter this. And we'll choose one winner, and we will do 100 XRP giveaway. Enter to win 100 XRP. Okay, so I just appreciate you guys, man. And I know this time is not easy in the markets. I mean, it's not easy on me. It's not easy on you. It's not easy on anyone. Everybody who's invested in crypto and some of these stocks is down. And again, when you're down, that's not a time where you want to quit, right? In anything in life, when you're down, that's when the character is built, man. When you're going through hard times, when things are bad, that's when you dig in, man. That's when you break through to the next level. Because most of the time, when you feel like quitting, is when you're about to break through. So don't quit, don't give up. Spartans don't surrender. If you guys want to enter for this giveaway, just come over here and click this emoji, and that will enter you into the giveaway. That will be drawn on February 23rd, 2026. You guys can do it on the replay. I'm going to click it again just to leave the giveaway so I don't win. But you guys can enter that over the weekend. I'll actually share this in the Spartan chat as well here. So you guys can just go click that emoji over the weekend. Boom, we're going to give 100 XRP away right there on February 23rd. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate you guys tuning in, contributing to the live chat, contributing to the chat over here in the Discord, man. I love our community. We're in this thing together. We're going to lose and we're going to win together. No matter what happens, we got each other, man. We got the community, and that's all that matters, folks. Okay, and again, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together under the great high shepherd, Jesus Christ. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. We will be over here in the Discord. If you guys need me, hit me up over here in the support chat or shoot me an email this weekend. I'll be around. Won't be live again until Monday. Tune in for that. We're live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, as you guys know. Dial in, staying on top of these markets. Once again, God bless you guys. Spartans never surrender. Peace.